Amsterdam. It is a city globally known for its picturesque canals, the bicycles, the historic charm, and innovative spirit. But beyond the classic narrow houses and cobblestone streets of downtown, the city is home to some of the most truly unique and unconventional architectural wonders in the world. They've built all sorts of things, from futuristic designs to bold, gravity-defying structures. These buildings each have a fascinating story to tell, and it does wonders in showcasing Amsterdam's progressive and artistic soul. Now, unfortunately, I have nowhere near the funds available to actually fly out to Amsterdam for a few days to shoot it out in person, but with the power of me absolutely spamming my Google search history with Google Earth requests, plus some stock footage and a few Wikipedia pages, I've managed to put together a clear overview of these remarkable structures and their stories. So in today's video, we'll be examining 10 of the most unusual looking buildings in the capital city of the Netherlands. Before we even begin, to spice things up, I have decided to make a tier list of what I personally believe are the coolest looking buildings in Amsterdam among the 10 that I'm going to be sharing today. From the highest being, why didn't my city build this, to the lowest being, hot garbage. Given how I am from Kuala Lumpur, a city that has some bold architecture itself, some copy-paste ones, let's see how the 10 from Amsterdam will fare as we start things off with something rather visually interesting. The first one we are looking at is the Hotel nhow Amsterdam RAI. This is one of the most visually striking hotels in Amsterdam. Located in the Zuidas district of Amsterdam, this hotel comes with a futuristic design that makes it look like a series of stacked and rotated triangles. Designed by the world-famous Office for Metropolitan Architecture, also known as OMA, the hotel stands 91 meters tall and took over 5 years to construct. The hotel triangles represent the 3 rotated volumes, each oriented to create a dynamic and eye-catching form. While the middle volume is distinctly turned to contrast with the others, the top and bottom volumes are the same, producing a balanced yet striking silhouette. This design choice is not solely for aesthetics, however, as it represents Amsterdam's role as an international meeting point, especially being located next to the RAI Convention Center, which hosts global events. Inside, the hotel continues its theme of cultural fusion, with floors inspired by different continents, which offers a unique experience on every single level. The 650-room hotel is also the largest in the Benelux region, which makes it a landmark for travelers and business visitors. The futuristic glass and metal facade reflects the changing sky, making it an ever-shifting part of the city's skyline. Whether viewed from the ground or above, nhow Amsterdam RAI is definitely a testament to bold architectural vision, effortlessly blending business, hospitality, and art into one striking structure. Which is why I feel that it definitely deserves the spot in my "Why didn't my city build this" tier. I love this building so much, in fact, that it's in my City Skylines asset library because come on, it looks cool and that's sufficient for me. With this hotel firmly in the highest tier, let's now move on to the second building on the list, Sluishuis. Amsterdam is a city that has always lived with water. But what if buildings could be designed to embrace water rather than fight it? That's what some architects thought to experiment out when designing Sluishuis. To them, this building envisions a future where urban living and water can exist in harmony. Designed by Bjarke Ingel Groups and Barcode Architects, this massive angular building floats on the Idge River and appears to rise dramatically from the water's surface. One key feature of its design is the huge open void in the middle, which allows sunlight and air to flow through while creating a striking visual effect. This residential complex consists of 442 energy-neutral apartments, many of whom have direct water access. Its terraces are designed to support plant life, which creates a cascading green effect that helps with insulation and biodiversity. Sluishuis is also highly sustainable, featuring solar panels, water recycling systems, and advanced insulation, making it one of Amsterdam's most eco-friendly buildings. Surrounding the structure, there are other property developments that also blend in the water, like, look at these houses! They're all just floating in the water. You can't even drive into this. It's clear that the design of Sluishuis is not just about looking at a tiny skirt from the front. It offers a glimpse of how cities might need to adapt to rising sea levels in the coming decades, something the Dutch have already mastered for over a century. Therefore, Sluishuis, in my opinion, will sit in the I approve tier, since it was designed to be a compromise between both land and water, and its unique looking design from not just one angle, but two. However, nhow still trumps over Sluishuis for now. Moving on to number 3, here comes the Valley. Moving back to Amsterdam's Zuidas district, Valley is one of the city's most daring architectural achievements. Designed by the Dutch firm MVRDV, this mixed-use complex completely reimagines what an urban skyscraper can be, rising like a rugged, man-made mountain. Instead of following the usual formula of smooth glass facades and straight lines, Valley embraces an organic, uneven form, in which 3 interconnected towers with jagged, stone-like edges and cascading terraces. What makes it truly unique is its commitment to greenery. The building features over 13,000 plants and 271 trees, carefully integrated into the terraces and rooftops. Again, it's not solely for looks, as it's a deliberate attempt to bring biodiversity and a sense of nature back into the heart of the city. Inside, Valley includes luxury apartments, office spaces, retail areas, and even a public skybar, making it a self-contained vertical ecosystem. In contrast to the cold, corporate buildings around it, Valley feels alive, offering a bold and hopeful glimpse into how future cities might balance nature and modern urban life. With that said, the Valley earns a spot in the Why Didn't My City Build This category because it screams creativity from every single angle, not to mention it low-key looks like Bosco Verticale's cousin from Milan. Now, moving on to the fourth structure, the Stedelijk Museum. Not so far from the Rijksmuseum lies the Stedelijk Museum, one of Amsterdam's most debated architectural landmarks. From the ground, it is instantly recognizable thanks to its striking white extension, often nicknamed the bathtub. And honestly, I can tell. Designed by Beth and Crowell architects, the addition hovers alongside the original 19th century brick building, creating a dramatic contrast between old and new. The extension is constructed from fiber-reinforced polymer, a material more commonly found in aerospace and shipbuilding, making it incredibly lightweight for its size. Its sleek, seamless surface curves around the structure with no visible joints, and the entire form appears to float above the ground, supported by a concealed steel frame. Inside, it houses modern exhibition spaces, a restaurant, and a library, all wrapped in a shell meant to embody progress and fluidity in contemporary art. While its design stirred controversy when it first unveiled, like how this Reddit user from 2012 had some very strong thoughts, it has since become a symbol of the museum's forward-thinking approach. Despite a bold design, I'm gonna be placing it in the mixed feelings zone. Whilst it may be a unique design, the fact that it's such a modern structure situated so close to the historic core of Amsterdam makes it feel extremely uncomfortably out of place. TLDR, cool design, bad location. With that said, let's jump ship to another museum elsewhere, Arcam. Tucked along the waterfront near the Nemo Science Museum, Arcam, aka the Amsterdam Center for Architecture, is one of the city's most distinctive small-scale buildings. Its total area is literally smaller than 3 whole tennis courts combined, which is, well, really small. Designed by René van Zook, it takes the form of an asymmetrical metallic shell, curving and folding in ways that break from traditional geometry. Its sleek aluminum panels and large glass openings give it a futuristic industrial look while filling the interior with natural light. Despite its compact footprint, the building cleverly uses split levels and an open-plan layout to feel surprisingly spacious. Arcam functions as a hub for architecture exhibitions and urban planning discussions, and the building itself stands as proof that even modest structures can make a bold architectural statement. Given the very limited space it had to work with, the end result makes me place the Arcam in the Why Didn't My City Build This tier. Also, low-key, either from afar or up close, it really does resemble like a pack of staples, albeit deformed, but hey, A+ for creativity. With our smallest building awarded the highest possible tier, let's move on to the Filmmuseum. Opposite Amsterdam Centraal on the It River, the Filmmuseum is one of Amsterdam's most iconic buildings. Designed by the Messel architects and opened in 2012, its angular, almost floating structure was meant to capture the essence of movement, like a film frame frozen mid-shift. The asymmetrical white exterior shifts dramatically depending on your viewing angle, giving it a constantly changing visual profile. Inside, it houses 4 cinemas, exhibition spaces, and a massive collection of over 55,000 films, plus thousands of posters, photographs, and historical documents. The museum hosts regular screenings, festivals, and exhibitions, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. Its panoramic glass walls open up to sweeping river views, connecting the experience of cinema with the flow of the city itself. Given the building's design, I will place the Filmmuseum in the I approve tier, because I don't know if anyone noticed, from this angle specifically, the shape makes it look like a white whale that jumped out of the water with like cute little blue eyes. It's honestly a refreshing design, but then again, many museums globally also have unique designs too, so it takes away some charm from it. But anyways, leaving our white whale friend behind, we now move on to the next structure literally right beside it, Amsterdam Toren.
Standing alongside the aforementioned Filmmuseum, the Amsterdam Toren is a striking symbol of Amsterdam's modern skyline. Originally built in the 70s as the headquarters for Shell, the tower was reinvented and reopened in 2016 after a major innovation led by Claus Kahn Architekten. Its design preserves the original structure, but adds bold new elements. Most famously, the overhanging rooftop skydeck with a massive A-frame structure on top, giving the tower its distinctive tilted silhouette. The building now houses offices, restaurants, a boutique hotel, a music company, and one of Amsterdam's most daring attractions, Europe's highest swing, which lets visitors glide over the edge of the 100-meter-high rooftop. Honestly, sign me up, man. I want to do this. Inside and out, the tower is built to reflect creativity and innovation, turning what was once a corporate office block into a hub of culture, entertainment, and panoramic views across the city. So where does this skyscraper sit? It'll sit in the eye-approved tier. Given the fact that they had to make do with a boring old skyscraper design, they have managed to renovate and improve it into a design that definitely screams more creativity than its previous counterpart. That and also because I really want to do the swing. It really looks so fun, bruh. Now, let's swing out of the Amsterdam Toren to the next structure on the list, the Whale. Located in Amsterdam's eastern docklands, the Whale is a bold, sculptural housing complex that aims to redefine urban residential architecture. Completed in 2000 and designed by Frits van Doren of the Architectency, the building gets its name from its curved metallic shape that resembles a breaching whale. Honestly though, the Filmmuseum does a better job in resembling a whale more than the building literally named the Whale. Its form maximizes natural light and views, with a sloped roofline and a regular facade that allow most apartments to face both water and sky. Being built on a former industrial site, the Whale was part of a larger master plan to revitalize the whole Borneo-Sporenberg area with innovative housing. It includes over 200 apartments, ground floor commercial spaces, and underground parking. Its design promotes community through shared courtyards and layered walkways, offering a mix of privacy and connection. So how does it fare? So I'm going to be placing it in the mixed feeling section, because honestly, compared with other structures, this one still feels too much like a cuboid. And as for the whale shape, it looks more like a partially open book than a whale. Regardless, moving to the penultimate structure of the list, the Faralda Crane Hotel. Perched 50 meters above the Ich River in Amsterdam Noord, the Faralda Crane Hotel is one of the most unusual places you can stay in the city. Or well, anywhere. Once a functioning industrial crane at the NDSM shipyard, it was transformed in 2014 into a luxury tree-suite hotel by designer Edwin Korman Rudy. The crane's raw steel frame was preserved, while the interiors were turned into high-end, art-themed suites stacked vertically within the structure. Each room offers panoramic views over Amsterdam's skyline and harbor. And yes, they somehow even managed to put a fully functional rooftop hot tub. The crane can slowly rotate with the wind, adding to the surreal experience. Just pray that no hurricanes ever hit Amsterdam while you're staying there. Once slated for demolition, it's now been repurposed into a functioning hotel, a bungee jumping site, and a striking example of how industrial reuse turned into boutique design. Now, if I was judging this on the structure alone, I would have been inclined to put it in the ain't that interesting section. But given how creatively they've managed to repurpose a crane with a doomed future into something so uniquely interesting, it will sit in the eye-approved tier. It's not every day that cranes are repurposed into hotels. And last but not least, let's now move on to the final structure of the day, Oude Hoogstraat 22. Ending our journey in the heart of Amsterdam's historic center, Oude Hoogstraat 22 is one of the narrowest houses in the world, and easily the skinniest in the city. Like, this house makes Arcam look spacious. Built in the 18th century, the house is only 2.02 meters wide at its facade, which is barely enough space for a front door and a window above it. It's so narrow, in fact, that many cars aren't even able to fit within the confines of the house. The slim width was likely a response to historic property taxes, which were once calculated based on a building's frontage. Despite its tiny size, the house extends deeper inside, allowing for a livable space across several compact floors. It's become a quiet architectural curiosity, blending in with the surroundings unless you're looking very, very closely. Today, it remains a private residence and a testament to Amsterdam's clever use of space and quirky urban history. For our final structure on the list, this tiny house will sit in the eye-approved tier too, because just like Faralda, they've cleverly managed to use up their limited space in the best way possible, even with the constraints. So whether it's weirdly shaped hotels, a jumping whale museum, or a skyscraper that just looks like your average Tetris session, Amsterdam shows us that architecture does need to play it safe to make a lasting impression. These buildings aren't just structures. They're expressions of bold thinking, cultural identity, and the creative risks a city is willing to take. While some may be controversial, confusing, or just flat out bizarre, they each challenge what buildings can be, and that's what makes them memorable. In a time where so many cities can just settle for generic towers and copy-paste urban planning, Amsterdam dares to be different. These designs reflect a city that embraces experimentation, finds value in the unusual, and isn't afraid to build something just because it's interesting. And even if not every building hits the mark, you can't help but respect the ambition behind them, because in a city already full of charm, it's these bold architectural swings that keep Amsterdam feeling alive, unpredictable, and endlessly creative.